Hello, everybody. In this video, I'm going to talk about the Ukrainian Operation Spiderweb, and we're going to try to figure out if we can account for the containers and the drones that have appeared in the videos and pictures that have been made available in the last 24 hours or so, to see if we can account for them. In the image that you're looking at now, you can see 7, probably 8 containers. The 8th is in the far corner and looks to be maybe a little bit shorter than the others. So I'm a little bit puzzled by that, but let's call it 8 containers. Of course, there might be more containers that are not in this image, or maybe not even in this warehouse, but we're going to just focus on these 8 containers and see if we can account for what happened to them in the operation. I took all of these images from the Suchomimus channel and the Davidov channel, who have both published videos about the operation yesterday, and have been really good sources about the war in Ukraine. As you probably already know, Ukraine used this warehouse to load 117 FPV drones into these containers, and then had the containers dropped off near 5 air bases and 1 submarine base before the drones were actually launched from the containers to attack the airfields and the sub base. Unfortunately, in this next picture, you'll see the one container that didn't really work, but it did self-destruct shortly after this picture was taken, according to Davidov. And that accounts for 1 container. In the next picture, you'll see there are 2 containers on this truck, and there are some civilians on top of the truck and nearby trying to prevent the truck from releasing its drones. But apparently that didn't work, since there's lots of footage of the successful attack on the nearby military airfield. Here's another picture, also with 2 containers, again for a successful attack. These 2 containers later self-destructed after the drones were released, but in the meantime, there were plenty of targets on the nearby airfield that were hit by these drones. So we're now up to 5 containers accounted for, the one that didn't work, and then this pair of pictures with 2 containers each. Now, we don't actually have pictures, at least not yet, of all of the containers as they were deployed and attacking the airfields in the south. But we do know that 5 bases all told were successfully attacked, plus the one attack that didn't work. And Suchomimus has put together this picture of all 5 successful attacks. So we know that we've shown you 4 containers that were used in 2 of the attacks. There are 3 more attacks that must have used at least 1 container. So that accounts for 7 attack containers used in successful attacks, plus 1 more container used in the unsuccessful attack. So that accounts for all 8 containers. The next question is a little bit more of a puzzle. Zelensky said that there were 117 drones used in this attack. But if you look at this picture now, it looks to me like there are essentially 2 drones visible in each row, but there's 2 also that would be hidden underneath the cover. And so that would be 4 drones in each row. And it looks to me like there are 9 rows of drones. So potentially up to 36 drones in each container, at the top of each container. And so 36 drones per container, with 8 containers, that would be 288 drones maximum, assuming they were all the containers were totally full of drones. And Zelensky said there were only 117. We don't know why, but there is another picture showing a container that's only partially loaded, and you're looking at that now. And if Zelensky's number is correct, or even in the ballpark, there must have been some containers that were not fully loaded, because 117 only amounts to, well, maybe 40% roughly of the available space. So that's a bit more of a puzzle, but there it is. No need to worry about whether that number is really accurate. And by the way, the Russians are certainly going through this video evidence with a fine-tooth comb, trying to learn as much as they possibly can from this. So what I'm talking to you about is certainly no secret to them. This information has been published worldwide on YouTube and other places, I'm sure. So in fact, the Russians have even managed to geolocate the exact location of this particular warehouse already. And apparently that's about 5 miles away from the local Chelyabinsk FSB Secret Service headquarters in Chelyabinsk. So that's it for this video. Hope you found it useful. It helped me to answer a couple of questions I had about this amazing, fantastic Operation Spiderweb. Take care.